guys, so I just got home from the gym and I just have to tell you that it has been quite a while since I have fought the urge to vomit the entire workout, but I want to tell you why that's such a win, because that used to be my normal. When I first decided to start training, it was because I felt like shit every single day. I threw up every single morning. I'd spend the first hour to 2 hours of the day literally like talking myself out of puking and being sick, and it was miserable, and that's how I spent most of my life. And so when I decided to start training and start figuring out what I could do to change my body, everything started to shift, and it took a really long time. And occasionally I still have moments like this. And so like, while yes, it sucked and that whole workout was brutal as fuck, like I tried my best not to make eye contact with anybody because I like did not want to have a conversation. I just literally could feel like I sweat like 3 times more than I normally did, and just the whole time every movement was it was much more difficult. I was trying to stay out of my head, like just the whole thing. But I literally had to breathe through the nausea and the like desire to puke for an hour and 20 minutes. So that sucks. But then what I started thinking is that used to be my norm. So it really is a win in a way, the fact that that is not a daily or weekly occurrence for me anymore. The fact that I can go in and crush out like a super tough workout and lift really heavy shit on a regular basis and not feel like I'm gonna puke the entire time is a huge win. So I wanted to say something though, because every time I'm like, oh my God, I don't feel good, holy shit, like, which isn't, again, I still don't feel well different times throughout the day. That's just part of what I've been dealing with here with this, whatever you want to call it, illness. But like, what I wanted to tell you guys is that the first thing every single person that I talk to says to me is, well, you shouldn't work out. You shouldn't go to the gym if you feel that way. If you start to feel that way, you should quit, you should leave. And while, okay, I understand why that might be where you go, and that might be the thought process, and that might be what you think is the right answer, but what I want you to understand is if I would have quit every time I felt sick, I would have none of the things that I have physically, financially, business-wise, anything. I would have never taken any of the business trips I've taken. I would have never met any of the people I've met, like, if I quit every time I felt sick. So that mentality, I get it. Like, I understand where you're coming from. And there is a point where like you need to learn your body well enough to know like what's pushing you too far and what's not. But like the reality of it is if I quit every single time I didn't feel good, I would have none of the things that I have. I would still be puking every single morning. I would still feel like shit every single day. I would probably be working for someone else and not doing what I do for a living. I would not look the way I look. I would not feel the way I feel. I would not have the way that are the things that I have if I quit every time I didn't feel good. So I want you to think about that. If that's your first instinct or your first piece of advice to anyone who tells you, that is talking to you realistically about what's going on with their body. Same thing that happened with my shoulder. I had shoulder pain. I did all of the doctors. I did all of the MRIs and tests and all the things, and they found nothing that was wrong. They did a cortisone shot and said, you're just gonna have to deal with it. There's nothing actually wrong with you. I worked out through that entire time because working out was the only thing that made it not hurt. I just found out what exercises felt the best, and I strengthened those muscles in my shoulder, and now I rarely have shoulder pain. When it comes, sure, it's really difficult and it hurts a lot, but it's rare, and I figured out how to work around it myself through neuromassage and chiropractic and my workouts and lots of stretching. But like, again, if I quit every single time somebody told me to quit or told me to just deal with it or told me that this is just the way it's going to be, if I accepted that, I would have none of the things that I have. So I want to leave you with this message because I want you to think about that. Like, while it might sound logical or feel logical, you need to look a little deeper. Like, is that actually logical, or is that an excuse? Is that a crutch that you use to stop yourself from moving forward? Because it very well might be. And that's a choice and a question that only you can answer. And it's totally your jam, right? Like, nobody can answer that question but you. But I just want to leave you with that, because if I allowed all of those circumstances to be, if I accepted them to be my only choice, I would have none of the things that I have. So, and that would suck. So I want to leave you guys with that. I hope you're having an awesome day. Hit me up if you have any questions. If you like this message, please hit the like button and share it. I appreciate all of you for watching, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.